We got playoff baseball Saturday here, and we have ourselves a time. Kyle, I'm seeing either 6:08 or 6:38 for the start time.
Yay.
Saturday night for Game 1 of the series against, well, we could keep saying Reds or Dodgers, and I guess we'll do that until the end of the evening. But can we just be clear about this? The Dodgers are coming in here, Hugh. Did you see that last night?
Yeah, I did, but that don't necessarily mean it's only one game. You got, what, 2 more, right?
It's only one game.
Yeah, but that was a hell of a game.
Yeah,
I mean, like alerts going off all night last night.
Yeah. I believe the Phillies' toughest opponent is going to be their first opponent, and I believe it's going to be the Dodgers when they come in here on Saturday. So we have our start time, and Hugh, there's a lot to unpack. We're going to play Topper, what he had to say this morning with the morning show, and really some big decisions coming here. But I do feel like there's something we haven't talked about much the last few weeks because we've been talking about the Phillies clinching and seeding. But that's the play of Bryce Harper as we enter the month of October. Bryce Harper has been one of the great postseason performers in the history of Major League Baseball. I know he has not won a ring yet, but individually he has hit at a level that very few have hit ever in October. And Hugh, the question is, as we enter the postseason, the Phillies enter, right, baseball's second best record. Mm-hmm. They have done this entire season with what I would call a pretty good Bryce Harper, but not the MVP level Bryce Harper that we've had in the past here in Philadelphia. And Hugh, when we were talking before the show, it sounded like you think the Bryce we got in the regular season, that's good enough for the postseason?
I think it is. Mm-hmm. I think it is. I think that when you look at this team collectively and the way that they've been playing, that, that's going to take a little bit of pressure off of Bryce because the last couple seasons, Joe, what has he been as far as in the postseason?
Well, he's been excellent.
He's been decent, but it hasn't gotten you over the hump.
Right, but that's not his fault.
I mean, but he's an individual that every year we go into and say, hey, if he's not playing well, then we don't do well. Yeah. And he's played well, to your point, and we haven't won. So I think that more now is more of a collective.
So, look, the roster, they have a deeper lineup, especially with Bader here than they have in years.
Was there Darth Bader?
Yes. And he's going to be a big part of what they do the next few weeks, hopefully for the full month. But I don't think we should get this twisted here. The Phillies need October Bryce to win the World Series. They need the best version of Bryce of the whole season. And if you look at his regular season, it wasn't great. It was fine. I mean, he was carried for a lot of the year by what Schwarber did. Mm-hmm. He was carried at times by what Trey Turner did. He was carried by the starting pitching. Bryce Harper didn't have a great regular season. He had, I would say by his standards, below average season. Like by the Bryce standards he's set for the last 12 years, he was below that this year. I know he had the wrist issue. He missed time. I think the Phillies they need October Bryce. And there's two different people. There's regular season Bryce, who's a really, really excellent player. But October Bryce has been an all-time player. I think they need that. I don't think you could just rely on, hey, let's hope Bader keeps hitting. Let's hope Bryson Stott hits. Let's hope that Kyle Schwarber could hit the average of 56 home runs, but over October. They need Bryce to get hot here.
I don't think it's fair when you talk about the season that he's had to say all of a sudden that's almost the equivalent to me as saying, all of a sudden I'm gonna turn the switch on because it's the postseason. That's kind of hard to do. I don't believe that he could do that.
He did it in 22.
Isn't that hasn't that kind of just become the expectation for Bryce though? Like that he rises to the occasion in October.
I mean, and I don't think it's fair to expect that this year because of the fact that he has been hurt and his game has diminished just a little bit.
Oh.
But
we're laying excuse groundwork.
No, we're not laying excuse groundwork. I still think they can win the world. I'm like between the two of y'all since we slinging arrows today.
Yeah, we are. Without a big time Bryce.
Since we're slinging arrows today, I'm not the one that came here this morning worried about the Dodgers. Since we talking like that, I wasn't the one in here carrying blankets and talking about, oh my gosh, did you see the Dodgers last night?
Wait a minute, I'm scared to death.
Did you see Shohei Ohtani? I didn't do that.
Well, hold on. Did you see? You saw what Shohei did last night.
Technically, I got the alert.
You're going to turn around.
I was hell diving.
Maybe you need to watch.
I was hell diving.
You're going to turn around and tell me that it's not fair to expect our best player to perform the way that Shohei Ohtani did?
What I am telling you is that what I've seen from this team when they went out west to play the Dodgers, they looked like they had their number. They played them extremely well until they got to them young pitchers. But besides that part, they looked like they handled their business out there in L.A. Yeah.
Sure, well, they did. And then they won 2 out of 3.
But you and Mr. Scary Pants over here, y'all sit up, oh, my God, did you see the Dodgers last night?
No, here's the thing.
I was hell diving.
Yeah, you were hell diving. Can we have some sense of reality? The best team they're going to face the whole postseason starts Saturday. Their toughest opponent's their first
That's
one.
fine.
And I need Bryce to hit like an MVP. The Dodgers have Ohtani. They have Betts, who's hot now.
So y'all looking at other people's grass.
Well,
I'm
we
very
have to play
disappointed
that
in you.
team.
What do you mean?
Very disappointed.
Because I'm not afraid.
No, because you're not holding
you're letting
Bryce
him off the
Harper to a
hook.
high standard.
How am I not holding you to a high standard?
Because you said it's unfair to expect him to.
No, because I'm saying because he has been mediocre strong. And that's not the word that I choose to use, but that's the only
he's been
one.
Below his standard.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you.
But I expect him to get hot.
So now all of a sudden, you expect him with everything that he's had to deal with.
Yes.
Okay.
2022, he missed a lot of time. In September of 2022, he stunk.
I think this
and
is more of a collective
And then the postseason
effort.
came, and then he woke up. But he needs to be a huge part of it.
You know what? I kind of feel like this is?
What?
This is the year, it feels like, especially with Brian Snickers stepping down. Snickers stepping down from the Braves.
Right.
I just feel like this is the year that when Jock Peterson got there, young Jock.
Yeah.
When they won the World Series, it's kind of like the contributions from a bunch of different guys, and I feel like that's going to be the same thing here.
And I think you need that too, because like you said, Bryce Harper has been great, and they haven't won the World Series. So I'm not discounting they need their role players to hit. They need the bait, but they need Bryce to have a gigantic postseason. If you tell me he has a playoffs that is on the same level of his regular season, they're not going to win it all.
I don't.
I think they need more.
That.
I just think they need more, and I think they feed off of him in October. He's built for this. Let's hear Dave Dabrowski yesterday talking about Bryce and kind of why, in his opinion, Bryce has been able to do this so often in the postseason.
Circling back to Bryce for a minute, he's always been a good postseason player. He's a great player. But
Sure.
He's always been. What do you think it is about him that enables him to kind of rise in October? And some great players can do that, and there are other great players that tend to struggle in October.
Well, you're right, and there are some guys that just cherish those moments. I mean, that there's not that they're not always focused, but they take it to another level, and nothing really phases them. I don't know if you've ever been in a spot. I mean, I've been on a much less, but where you don't even, in some ways, hear the crowd. I mean, you're so focused on what's taking place, and I think that's Bryce.
I think he's right about that, and I think that I can't imagine the Phillies winning it all without Bryce leveling up, and I expect him to, and I think he's going to hit. He's been one of the great postseason performers of all time. I can't believe Hugh Douglas lowering the bar for Bryce in October.
See, you know what?
He's Mr. October of the last 10 years.
We like to play semantics.
No, we're not.
No, that was. I don't think the question could be any more clear.
No. What I'm saying is, I expect Bryce to have a good postseason, but I don't expect Bryce to.
You're doing the semantics thing.
When I hear y'all say it, I'm expecting y'all expect Bryce to put the team on his back and carry him all the way across the finish line.
No,
I'm not expecting that.
But I need him to play better
absurd.
than he did in the regular season. I don't think regular season Bryce is going to be enough to win 4 rounds.
Do you think it would have been unfair for the Eagles going into the
3 rounds.
postseason to say Jalen Hurts needs to play the best version of the game he could possibly play?
Yes.
That he needs to pick it up from the regular season that he had.
Yes, and
The passing game needs to look better. It's not unfair at all. It's not
unfair. I'm telling you, talking about Jalen Hurts.
Yeah, we're agreeing.
Right, but that's the same thing.
The same exact thing.
No, but the reason why I'm saying it because of Bryce is because the way this team has been playing better as a collective. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
I'm saying I don't need Bryce to be superhuman in this situation.
But as we get to the biggest moments, we can only expect so much out of these role guys. Like, there's maybe one of them will get hot the whole time. But when they face the best pitching, I mean, how much are we really expecting out of the Marches and the Stotts? Maybe they'll get hot. Maybe they'll stay hot. But there's a
and the Stubbs.
Stubbs is not part of this. Hugh. I mean, what are we doing? It's not.
Okay, I was trolling.
Yeah, I know you were. I know you were.
Trolling a little bit.
Trying to have a discussion about Bryce Harper, and you bring up Bryce Stubbs.
I trolled you a little bit.
You did. You absolutely did. Well, because I can't believe you're lowering the bar for Bryce Harper.
I'm not lowering the bar. I'm just
you really are.
I'm not lowering the bar. And Mr. Pile on Quinn here, you need to stop piling on to try to find you a place to stay tonight, sir.
Well, I think that's part of why Kyle's grumpy. Is he got thrown out of his house. Yeah, he got thrown out of his house.
But no, it's not. It's just that I just don't. I'm not going to put that weight on him to say, okay, all of a sudden you've had kind of a not Bryce Harper regular season, and say, okay, now you flip the switch.
But that's who he's been his whole career.
Okay, I mean, I think that he's starting to, get a little wear and tear on his body.
So you don't expect Bryce to be great this postseason?
I expect him to be good. I expect him to be good. but I don't expect him to be great.
I don't think that's good enough.
I don't either. And
I think it is. I think that this team has been anointed. They're special, and I think they're going to get it done this year.
But how many special hitters do the Phillies have?
Special hitters?
Yeah, 2 or 3. If we
I would say Schwarber seems like he's special this year.
And Trey won the batting title.
Yeah,
I know. I mean, Trey has his flaws, but okay, he's had a good year. The Dodgers have more than 1 or 2.
If I was a betting man,
if we're going to go shot for shot with them, we need Bryce to hit.
If I was a betting man, and I am, I would say Trey Turner's going to be the catalyst. I would go there. I would say Trey Turner is going to be.
You trust Trey more than Bryce in October?
I didn't say that. I just said in this postseason, Trey Turner might be that dude.
Yeah,
that's all I'm saying.
You can hold your breath on that one. I'll back Bryce.
I just like how you looked at me with disgust in your eye when I said that. Though. It's possible.
Here's what I'll say: if Trey is exactly what it was in the regular season, I'm good with that. Just you do your thing. You did in the regular season. He was good. He won the batting title. He set the table. That's great. I need Bryce to level up in the postseason. I think the Phillies do too. 215-592-9494. Do the Phillies need the real October Bryce to show up? Or did they need him to level up? Or are you with Hugh that the regular season Bryce is good enough to go win a World Series?
I think they're anointed this year. I think this is the year, man. I really do.
Yeah, but you don't just stumble into it. You got to hit your way to a World Series.
I think that with the adversity that they've had this year, the fact that we lost Wheeler, I think this team is just they're vibrating at a different level right now.
Oh, like you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. I'm locked in. I understand what's going on.
You are not locked in. You're lowering the bar for our great athletes in this city.
You do that consistently.
What do you mean? Do what consistently?
You raise up the scrubs.
You raise up Rojas.
You raise up the guys that are good. And the guys that are supposed to be good, you're like, well, that's good enough. No, we want greatness.
I'm offended.
Why?
Because I feel like I'm being attacked on a personal level, and because you're saying I consistently try to downplay the greatness of. I'm just saying he was hurt this year. Wasn't he hurt this year?
Yeah, sure. That was in June.
Okay. And to say, okay, all of a sudden, that's almost like, okay, we're going to go in there, we're going to switch a light switch on. No, I don't think so.
But that's exactly what he did in 22. He was bad in September. He was hurt for a lot of the summer, and this playoffs came, and the lights shine bright, and Bryce Harper
it's a big
up.
moment. It's a big moment, but I don't expect. I don't think we need that to win the World Series. That's the point that I'm making.
But then you're asking for a lot out of the role players to do it all October. It's a lot. And look, to your point, Hugh, they may win a series or two without Bryce heating up, but to win the World Series, I think they need a great version of Bryce Harper. All right, let's go back to the phone lines here. A lot to react to. And we do have our eye on that Dodgers thing. Hugh's downplaying what we saw last night.
I'm not downplaying it. It's just that you and Scary Larry over here, y'all came in this morning saying, oh, my gosh. You see the Dodgers? Like,
you were hell diving. So what would you know?
Yes, I was hell diving.
Okay.
With not my clan members.
Some of us were prepared.
Yes.
We were hell diving for democracy.
Some of us were scouting. Okay, that's what I was doing last night. And
Is that what you
Ohtani is red hot right now. Okay, so we got to worry about that.